Hey everybody, it's Doug Green and I'm the publisher of Technology Reseller News, and I want to welcome everyone to part 3 of our Pots and Shots series with Jake Jacoby of TELCLOUD. Jake, thank you for joining me again today.
Hey Doug, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, this is really great. As I just mentioned, this is our part 3 of this ongoing series on Pots and Shots. We're talking about the sunset of pots, and we're having a most excellent tour of the best tequilas in the whole wide world. Today, we're going to be talking about operational inefficiencies. And Jake, we'll jump right into it by, talking about what operational challenges do businesses typically face when sticking with that aging infrastructure, with aging POTS lines?
Yeah, good question. So in the previous podcast, we've talked about kind of, why POTS lines are going away. We talked about the cost, right? But because copper is aging and it needs to be maintained, and really there's no money being spent to maintain that or to fix or to, any of that when lines break, you've got many different types of challenges. One is, lines potentially go down and nobody knows about it, right? So one of the things about an old copper line is that when it was being maintained, it was very reliable. Now that it's not, there's no online status telling you this is working or not working. And so one of the problems is you really don't know that the line isn't working until you go to use it, right? So if that's a blue light emergency phone or an elevator, it could be, disastrous, right? These are emergency lines. They need to work. And so there's a lot of challenges with just this, these lines either not working. Now, when it comes to a fire panel or an alarm system, typically if it stops working, it's going to start beeping, start alerting, things like that. But again, it's, these lines are deteriorating and they need to be, converted or, moved to a solution that's going to be a long-term fix, not just a temporary fix.
So Jake, this is, I think, really important point. You're saying basically you're just flying without knowing what's going on here. That if I'm the end user, if I'm the customer, I'm not aware that this problem's occurring. And if I'm an MSP or partner out there, reseller, and I'm actually taking care of someone else's telecommunications needs, I may not be aware.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So with traditional legacy POTS lines, right? A lot of times you don't know if they've gone down. I mean, we see this a lot. Our resellers are going out to see customers, and they go through an audit of their, POTS lines, and some of them aren't being used, some aren't working, and they have no idea, but they're still being billed for them. So you've got the high cost, and then you've got the no visibility. So when you go to a next generation POTS line replacement solution, right, you're getting all of the new enhanced features like visibility, a knock, monitoring, alerts, so that you know that a line is working or not working. And, as we discussed, when it comes to life safety, especially like an elevator or a fire alarm, a blue light emergency phone, you need to know that that's going to work, and it's going to work, in that moment that you really need it.
So Jake, does switching to TELCLOUD solutions improve operational efficiency for these businesses and even for the resellers?
Yeah, absolutely. So, as we've talked in the past, TELCLOUD takes a holistic approach, right? And what we really mean like that, let me just dive into that a little bit, is that a reseller can simply use their brand and sell this solution, sell a POTS line replacement solution, and TELCLOUD will do the rest. However, if they have, the ability to have a PBX on the back end, or if they sell connectivity, or if they're a cradle point or a router, partner, right? They can bring those to the table as well. So what it really does is it aligns, TELCLOUD's business model aligns with what they're already doing in the industry, right? So they go out, they talk to these, if they're, bringing solutions to their customers, they can simply ask the question about POTS, right? So is there a need? And then what TELCLOUD will do is back them up with that technical support, all the industry knowledge that they need, the collateral that they need in order to go and help these customers, bring, next generation POTS lines, and sell them to them for the next 15 to 20 years.
So, I think a lot of people in the reseller community struggle with messaging, especially when they're bringing up something. So, how do you do this? What's the message they have to deliver?
Yeah, that's a great question. So really the message, like, we talked about in the past is just asking the question, right? And so I think when it comes to technology, especially telecommunications, I think salespeople sometimes are hesitant to go and just have conversations because, again, you always have that, or sometimes even anybody, it's natural to have hesitation saying, like, what if they ask me this question that I don't really understand, right? Well, we want to keep it at high level. We want to just understand if there's a need, right? If they've used POTS lines in the past, which if they have a commercial building, they definitely have, right? Every single commercial building in the United States and globally have these types of lines for fire panels, alarm systems. If there's an elevator, there's a line. If there's a parking lot, there's a blue light emergency phone. So POTS are out there, right? Now, whether that organization has made the change already or upgraded in any way is really just the question, right? So the nice thing about POTS line replacement in this industry is you can ask a very simple question that's not very technical. And if you get to the person that really does have some serious technical questions, TELCLOUD's there to give you the collateral, back you up, act on your behalf, and help you in those conversations. It's as simple as a complex question comes in and says, you know what, I'd love to schedule some time with you to go over and deep dive into that because we can absolutely solve your problem and we'll show you how we do it. Let me get my team on the line and let's go forward with that. So again, uncovering the opportunity, setting up the call, letting our team help and sell this. And what you'll see as a reseller once you start doing this is POTS is a great way to get in the door, and there's a lot of other opportunities. In future podcasts, we'll talk about fixed wireless access and why wireless is so important to this life safety piece. But there's opportunities to sell FWA to these customers as well, or other services. So a lot that we can unpack there.
And before we move on to the shots part of our podcast. I caught a little bit what you said earlier. There's an equity opportunity here. You're, as a reseller, you're building your brand of trust.
You absolutely are,
customer.
right? That's right. So it's the unique part about TELCLOUD is we do not sell direct. We will never sell direct. I founded this company on that basis, and we'll stick to it. One of the other things we've talked about in the past is there is not enough time to convert the number of lines that need to be converted in the next couple of years. So the approach to that is to enable the resellers, our resellers, which are our customers. We back you up as the reseller to put your brand and sell to your customer. Your customer already has a relationship with you. They want to buy from you. They want one source, right? So TELCLOUD enables you to bring that solution, a solution that's technically sound, that's compliant. We'll talk about these things, and that is going to work for the next 15 to 20 years so that you can solve that need for your customer, because they want you to do it, right? You just have to ask the question. Do they need that? Where are they at with it? And let us help you.
All right. And so now we get to continue our ongoing, this part of this series, the best tequilas of the whole wide world. What do you have for us this week?
So this one is we talked about the different stages of tequila. This is an añejo. And so this is called Azueles by Tita. And so this is a very beautiful bottle. Each bottle is kind of different. It's hand painted. And this one is inspired by Pablo Picasso. So obviously like a Picasso painting. Great tequila. Very smooth. Again, it's aged. This is a añejo, so it's been aged. This one says 3 years. So 3 years in oak barrels. So as you age a tequila, it gets darker and darker. So you're going to have this like caramel look to the tequila. But if you see this out there, again, I'll show you that. Check it out. Definitely recommend it.
Yeah, the bottle itself, let alone the product, is almost like a work of art.
It is. It's nice to display them. It's nice to have it like in a bar. And so all these, bottles are, really pretty. I paint as well. This is one of my paintings behind me. So I love the art aspect of it. So when you get the art and the tequila, it's kind of comes together. But anyways, definitely try it out.
Well, everyone, thanks for joining us this week on this tour of the POTS issue. What a great opportunity this is for the reseller community, why it's an important issue for your customers. We're getting a great tour of all the great tequilas of the world. Please join us next week. We're going to be talking about POTS compliance challenges. But for now, Jake, thank you for joining me. Where can we learn more about TELCLOUD?
Yeah, thanks, Doug. I appreciate it. So definitely visit us at telcloud.com or give us a call at 844-900-2270. We'd love to talk to you and see if we can help you, help your customers. So thanks again.
Well, I'm looking forward to next week. I'm looking forward to finding out about that next great tequila. And for now, thanks very much.
Thank you.
The edit.